Hello friends, I'm Pastor Jaime Santiago, the Executive Director of Restart Training and Ministry. We're celebrating our 10th anniversary here in 2025, and we're celebrating this new miracle of a building that God has blessed us with, 10,000 square feet, totally turnkey. And I'd like to introduce you to this new property God has given us to help change the lives of 20 men or more with their life controlling problems and using the gospel of Jesus Christ. Why don't you come inside and let me give you a tour of this brand new property. So welcome to our new home here at Restart. Here's the entrance to our foyer and our new home at Restart. Let me take you into our new offices here at Restart. So we're now in our assistant administrator's office, Frank Gaston. So this is where he works. As you can see, we just moved in here at the end of June, so we're still unpacking and still kind of figure things out. This office has its own bathroom, full bathroom and shower that we can use. So that's wonderful. We also have in here, this area, we have our little kitchenette that we're going to be creating because I believe the people who used to live here, this used to be like their apartment as the house parents, and we created it into our offices. So here we have our own sink, we have a little refrigerator, we have a microwave, we use it for some storage space. And then down in this direction, we have the director, myself, and the office manager and events director, Pam Santiago, in this area. So coming over here, this is my office. And I also have outside entrance to the rear and the back to come in. And so this is the office that I will use and do counseling with the guys, things like that. And then the office manager and bookkeeper's office is right here. Again, we have boxes that we're still unpacking, but this is the office of the office manager, Pam Santiago, and where she'll be working out a couple times a week besides working from home and helping to do the work of God here in the kingdom. Hey, thank you for joining us. So you got to see our new offices. Now let me show you the room where lives were impacted for Christ for eternity. Follow me. So right here is our new multi-purpose room. This is where the guys have class. This is where they also eat supper. And so this area is when the guys have family visitation. They can use this area for their families to visit. When they're having visitation down here, the other guys will be upstairs in the second floor where their housing is. So only the person who has visitation will be down here with their family, so they have that privacy. And then again, over here is the guys' tables that we use for our meals, but also use for classes. And obviously you can see our dry board and the screen we use for our videos and things like that. And over here, this is where this beautiful, about $100,000 kitchen is, where the guys' meals are prepared. So we have this wonderful kitchen here, have a pantry, we have a coffee bar. So God has been real good in providing this property so that we can eternally impact people's lives, not only here on earth, but for eternity in heaven. And we're thankful for our donor support of that. So let me take you upstairs now and show you where the guys reside. And their living quarters upstairs. You've seen our kitchen, you've seen our dining room area, classroom area, you've seen our offices. So let's go upstairs and see that. So the first room you come to me, is one of the most important rooms up here. And this is the quiet room. This is the room where the guys are going to have their devotions. This is where they're reading the Bible in the morning. How you doing, gents? This is where they can have time of prayer. And just to get closer to God. So it's a good place for them to, do what we would call meditation, prayer, Bible reading, Bible devotions. It's not really room for them to be talking. It's really room for them to focus on their relationship with God and get closer to God that way and let God speak to them. We also created for them a library. So we get a lot of books donated to Restart. And so these are some of the books that we had donated that we set up. We want to kind of improve how it's set up right now, but these are the books that the guys can use. They can borrow them and read them in that quiet room. And then over here is a little exercise area for them where they can exercise on the treadmills, on these bikes and ride and exercise. And so in these two rooms is our house manager lives in here. And then we have another single staff that lives in that bedroom. And our staff manager is inviting us in to see his living quarters. So this is Michael Bland, our house manager. So he lives on property 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, so to speak, along with the other staff that live on property under his supervision. And they're the guys that supervise the students here at Restart 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, just making sure that they were keeping them accountable and helping them to avoid temptation, things like that. So this is his housing right here. Here's Frank, the assistant director, sitting on the couch there. And so Mike has his own bathroom, his own closet, everything. So it gives him a little privacy here in this part of the house. So let's start on this house. So this side of the house, get some lights on for you, is going to be, this is the second phase house. So this is going to be where we don't have bunk beds yet, but we're going to get bunk beds or twin beds. And this is going to be the room where one of the guys graduate the first phase of Restart, 6 months long residential program. And they don't have a safe place to return back home. They can choose to rent a room from us here. And so they will live in this room and pay X amount of dollars rent that the board or director makes that amount up. And then we will help them to continue moving forward and change their life, teach them how to manage their finances, help them to, get to and from work if they don't have transportation, provide the evening meal, and just continue that spiritual life change that we started with them the first 6 months in the program. And one of the good things of having our own second phase is that instead of us having to refer them to another place to rent this room and they have to learn to trust those people all over again, they already have rapport with us because we earned their trust during those 6 months, which it greatly increases their chances of changing their life and never going back to their old lifestyle. So let's take a walk down the hall here. So down here, so all the rooms are the same that I showed you. And so obviously in here they have their own shower. And then they have their own, toilet here. And then they have their own sinks here. And so that's what we have in this area. So then there's 1, 2, 3, 4 rooms in this area for them to live in and use. And then we have some, just some closets for utility. This is a table for them if they want to play a card game like Rook or something like that. And then over here is their living room. This is an area where they can talk and share. We have a TV here where we allow them to see PureFlix television and some sports that we allow. We don't allow TV normally during the business hours, and only after 4 o'clock, and not many hours of that. But this is their living space. And then over here is another staff member's bedroom, lives in here. And then in here is the room that they would use for calling their families on this phone. So this is where they do their phone calls and communicate with their loved ones. This is the room we use for that. And then sometimes they need information to help them with medical things or legal situations. So we allow them to use the computer for getting that information only under our supervision. And so this is also where we bring in new students when they first come into the program. And then out this door is where our parking lot is. And out here we have a little bench for them to work out a little bit. Got David out here working out right now. And so again, this is the entrance where normally the students come in now, and they take the shoes off when they come in. We don't allow them to wear their shoes in the house, so they take the shoes off when they come in. And they have a place up here to put their shoes on top. And they have little closets here to hang up any coats or jackets or hats, so that way they're not attracting dirt into the house, and we can maintain the well-being of this property really good. So the next place I want to show you is where the first phase students sleep, the guys that come into the program for the first time for 6 months. And so this is where this is. So this is a typical bedroom. So in this room, you can see we house 4 students, one on each bed. This bed is currently empty, so you have 2 men sleeping in this room right now. And so then they each share, the dressers. They share space in the bedroom, and this is the room that we used to house them. And so I'll show you some of the other rooms. Again, the bathrooms are the same as the other side. Not much difference there. You have a toilet, you have a shower, and you have a double sink. Same thing. So I'm sorry, I'm moving kind of fast here. But yeah, so then this is the shower again. And then again, here's this is the room. Actually, this is a pretty big room, so we would house 6 men in this room, 2 here, 2 over here, and 2 here. So currently in this room, there's 4 men, 2 on this bed, 2 on this bed. They share the closet. They share the 3 dressers in here. They split half these dressers because it's not permanent housing for them. This is temporary housing. And then this room is a 2-man room. And normally we give this room to the most senior students, so they have less, people in the room. But this is what the second phase rooms will look like, where there's only 2 men in those rooms, no bunk beds, and they'll share that room. And the reason we want 2 men in the room is for accountability, right? Just to help them not to isolate, but stay connected to people. And again, they share the dressers and they share the closet. And this is where God is changing lives and people's lives here at Restart through these rooms that God has provided us in this new property, and and this 4 acres of land. And we thank God for that. Amen. So yeah, we want to thank God for this miracle of this new property that God has given us here at Restart in our 10th anniversary year, 2025. 10,000 square foot property, completely turnkey. We can house up to 20 guys in this property at our new second phase to the property, where when the guys graduate, if they don't have a safe place to return back home, they can rent a room from us, get their evening meal, and we can continue to work with them and continue the life change that they're working through. We have 4 acres of land here, very therapeutic. We now are owners of goats and sheep. Our land runs in the other direction here, up to the second tree there in the middle. And the owner who sold us the property owns 2 donkeys that he keeps on our property. You can see this wonderful donkey back here, right? So yeah, just a wonderful place to be able to help the men here at Restart, and have a little place for a prayer garden and fire pit. And yes, we're thankful for what God is doing here at Restart, and we thank you for your support. God bless you.